All right, guys, and welcome to the show. You're tuned to Batman Radio, the greatest radio of all time, and you host the one, the only notorious, most powerful Batman. That's right. There's only one of me. So yeah, like I said, man, since all we do is talk facts, that's all anybody does, right? Here's the fact. It's not my fault, my problem that all the folks are getting close in trouble, that they have all these woes, trees, and stress. Like I said, you all brought that all upon yourselves. Understand? God literally just told me how to download. I got one download earlier today. Basically, all of my money already discussed it. Got another download. It says it exactly that. Right. So this is what it is. Here, hold on. So yeah, like I said, um, basically for all of that, y'all's issue problem. Like I said, people have tried to use it for their prerogative. They're on the same thing. My issues are clear as day. I'm just tired of explaining myself when it's very easy. These people, as the minute I start my show, right, they're literally committing felonies across state lines, gang stalkings. I don't want to talk about clearly. Nobody would want to keep that. Like me, I have no stress, bro. I would never put myself through that. I've been through a whole lot, you know what I mean, past and everything. And basically wanted me to go through, never went through nothing. That's the thing is, I'm willing to have a conversation, right? But it just ain't y'all. And it would be people who have respect for them, knowledge what reality is. Seems like y'all have a not only a jaded concept, want to rewrite history, reality, right? Like your boy girlfriend had a restraining order placed on her just right off of you. I mean, if you think about the situation, like I said, I watched those videos quoted in the past, literally towards other people, right? Which was fucking old Steve, right? All these projections that whatever doesn't do this and that. Well, isn't that what you did up in? See what I'm saying? Can't change the subject. Can't hop around and make troll fake accounts and try to type our way out of the reality. Reality is the reality. I'm not on here joking. I don't do that fake. That's I'm Batman. I'm oh man. Anything I say, I stand on and I back it up. Like I said, fact is, you're a walking contradiction, right? And what I prove I do in every day is that people tried to completely stop me from being able to do anything. Like, really, you've tried to stop every opportunity that I ever could have. But at the end of the day, I just keep blessed through God. And it's not about control. All have no, I accept and control. But the issue is these people have an issue with reality. You're not controlling anything over here. Never have, never will. What are you talking about? To come over here and be that petty, that low, and that immature. No need for that. You're all grown adults. You understand? So, like I said, I try to just have a chat. So I can't, and nobody does their job. There's no purpose or place for it. Nobody else on this has to deal with that or able to have a chance. nobody has succeeded on here except for me. They have full leeway with an opinion. They've all had full leeway to succeed. I have an entire task force really hired to stop me from how am I the one who's leading and you all fail. That's the point. I am literally my existence says it all. I don't have to talk. So don't come online, right? I'm not going to repeat myself. Very clear. Don't come online and start putting your cap and key. That ain't got no business to do with what we do over here. Grown folk over here, right? Grown man, 35 years old. Don't talk to me slick. Don't sneak side remarks. Y'all don't know me. None of y'all on the internet. Nobody. I haven't met none of you. I don't know you. You have no business having my. I know the facts of who I am. Want to have a discussion on that? Like I said, do it in person, face to face, the right way, right? Like I said, I'm always in the street. I'm always working. Nobody's approached me. Well, they all have nothing to say. Their agenda is, oh, they're mad, powerless. Nothing you can do. You're not capable. And I'm tired of going over the matter just somebody putting their fingers on a keyboard. What does that have to do? Makes absolutely. What I do is what I do, which is go over the facts, bring the real thing, bring the real, take every, run everything, Batman, my money and make it go right. So at the end of the day, I'm a grown man. I'm 35 years old. I'm running my business, whether you like it or not. Okay, I don't need a chat if that's how we're gonna do. It. No problem. I'm not gonna have a chat, but look at how people are trying to do how they got no business. So like, I'm not gonna edge or have to feel any way or upset anymore ever again because someone else is upset at my success. You understand? Now there's plenty of ways around. Actually, there's actually plenty of ways to demonstrate and have all of you have no power and zero control. But question is, what are you doing? Because like you're really, really reckless actions all being documented for court purposes. So I have full leverage. I have all the documented evidence for court. I'm guaranteed to win. I cannot lose. It wouldn't matter what they did because they do would be still in a plea of desperation and they incriminate themselves in the process. Not smart enough to go about things the smart way. Everything they do is a crime. They can't talk now without committing felonies. So they're just basically racking up the felonies, incriminating, indicting them federal charges. They're all looking at federal prison time. I own you. Nothing you can do about it. So now we completely make sure that you have no avenue of, as I've done this entire time. If I open a chat, it's not an invite for you to come over here. You know what you're doing, so why do it? See what I'm saying? No, you're trying to talk some way that it like is inexcusable that I would never tolerate. I wouldn't let nobody get talked to that way, but especially behind a computer. Bro, I'm all about humanity, man. So no, I just take that very seriously. And you're trying to, like I said, use my humanity and the fact that I stand up for humanity. You're trying to use that and turn it around against me. And see, I'm too smart for that game. I don't play games like that. I don't play games with nobody, but especially about things like that or with people like this. The fact is, you have no self respect. You don't respect yourself. You have nothing for me. You have nothing to say. Move on. You don't have a choice. Feel me? You can sit there and watch me win, but my victories in my life has nothing to do with you. I don't know any of y'all, and we'll never have a connection. All that acting like, oh, you're gonna see me and blah blah blah. You could walk right up to me. You don't bother me like that. I'm not upset with anyone. You're the people who are upset, and all you are is jealous and envious, and you have an issue with a guy who's literally the strongest man in the world. There's nobody who's capable. So I don't get what you're saying. Like, yeah, it being the strongest man in the world is more than just physical. It's about mental. Like I said, if you can defeat your opponent mentally, you never have to resort to physical. Like I said, you're all playing a fake game that's a bunch of fake stuff because you don't even understand or comprehend basic reality. You don't know anything about me. You don't know who I am. And you're trying to pretend that you're challenging my authority. Nobody challenges my authority, buddy. Trust me. So, like I said, I am the actual mob. I run the streets. I'm an actual gangster. I'll tell anybody right to their face. I kick it right in public like I am now. I don't know what you're talking about. And quit assuming that you know what I'm doing. You know nothing about me. So, like I said, let people run their mouth. Let them do what they do. But we keep on letting them be jealous and envious, and we let the money pile up. I do what I want. I'm free. I got away from them chains a long time ago. I don't know what you talking about. See, the thing is, this is the thing with me. YouTube is not worth my future. YouTube is not worth a ham sandwich to me. YouTube is not worth my life. YouTube is not worth my freedom. YouTube is not worth me ever losing Christina or losing my girlfriend, somebody who I'm madly in love with, and even haven't even gotten to meet yet in person. And that's the only thing I want. You understand? It's not worth YouTube is not worth losing my beautiful future. And these people are so petty every day. They're just sitting there and they're just like seething jealous. I mean, that's fine. But like I said, if we go over the facts, the one dude, like I said, his fake girlfriend had an active restraining order placed on her recently. The other one, he was basically back down in New York verbally. He was invited, right, by the dude to have a conversation face to face. He backed out of that. He ran from a grown man. And this is all documented on camera. There is no further conversation. That's where we're at. So now you need to address, right? This is what you have to do. This is how reality works in conversations. Be mature and grow up. You're grown adults. What he has to do, because he has to speak for himself, you can't defend him. He needs to hold up to his own actions and take accountability. You ran your mouth a lot about Steve's, homie, but Steve's didn't back down. In fact, Steve's stood on business and is on camera standing on business. But you, my good sir, have never stood on business. Steve's actually knew how to rap and made his own songs and produce his music. You have videos where you're mad as hell, right? And literally, I will watch them and laugh at you. And you've got these videos where you're venting your frustration and trying to project, and you're trying to basically project all of who you are onto Steez. That's what they do. They pick targets of innocent people and try to project their issues onto them. Not to mention that Steez has two videos right before all of whatever took place and happened. So that right there incriminates you and proves that you're a conspiracy that gang stalks people underground. And it could go as far as to convince a courtroom, because I could represent myself as an attorney, to convince that you had an effect on Steez, okay, aka Styles, and perhaps you're the reason why that happened. And see, that right there is federal charges. So you're online, like I said, this group of people thinks they're cute and something sweet apparently about the legal system because they're on this network, which again, Google has been ruled an illegal organization, and this company does nothing to stop this stuff. And that's the issue. I'm filing a lawsuit on both companies because it's two companies together as one, right? And there's going to be a huge federal lawsuit exposing all the people within this network and then the companies and the corporations that they work with, and just it's going to expose everyone, right? But my whole point is they don't do anything to stop this stuff. If Steez has those two videos out, those videos are actual court evidence. Are you aware of that? That prove exactly the names. He states the names and who he had to go back and forth with for years. So the dude over there in Benton Harbor, he's looking at federal time. Then they're going to have to investigate what he was accused and what we all know that he did, right? Right? Because he's a pedo, right? So then they're all going to look into that, and then there's going to be witnesses that come forward clearly because nobody likes him over there, and they're going to say the truth. See, people don't lie on you, narcissists. They say the truth about you, and then you try to rewrite history and talk your way out of every situation. He's not going to be able to talk his way out of it, and he's probably, I mean, he's been getting his karma. I mean, the fact is, y'all are going through your karma every day. I mean, if you look in the mirror, you already got your karma. You are your own karma. God already gave you your karma. That's why you're so mad every day because, well, everything for you is miserable, and everything for me is amazing. That's what this is about. So when you start trying to transform this into some kind of weird game, right, and act like this is the movie Us and all of you live underground and you're like trying to be my clone. Yeah, like no, I think that people should listen publicly since this is a public platform and pay attention to what's happening. This is not some kind of game. This is an extremely serious matter, right? These people are very serious about their intentions towards me and towards anyone who they're targeting. And I think it's sad. I think it's sad that this is the point that the world has gotten to. And like I said, that they do everything by covert means online. I mean, like I said, why don't you just talk to me right? Talk to me the only way that I tolerate. Talk to me as the grown man that I am, and give me my respect that I earn and deserve. Treat me as a human being. If you can't do that, walk away. You understand? You already know that I don't play like that. You already know what I'm about. You already know I don't play games like that. So to sit here and come over here every day and then act like you're challenging my authority or talking to me some way that you're just not, that's silly. Like I said, you can't afford a Greyhound bus pass. What's your issue? I mean, like I said, the people, I mean, why are you sending agents to do things for you who don't even get paid and are just wasting money? I mean, if you feel some way, why don't you have the conversation? Right? No, these are specific individuals, bro. I have their legal names already. They're going to prison. I mean, you cannot do that. It's a conspiracy and collusion across state lines. And once you start traveling across state lines, which there's a video online incriminating you of that fact, you're looking at federal prison time. Everything that you do, every move you make, you're only bringing justice to yourself. You're only bringing your own downfall. That's what narcs do. So you got to be smart and fall back and not react, but not even necessarily respond, but for sure not react, but observe and not react and let them do what they do. When you have emotional control, that's true strength. Like I said, I'm the strongest man in the world for real. A lot of it is mental. When I do this physical stuff, a lot of it is mental. You know what I mean? Like I said, I didn't even get much sleep and I'm still running. I had a great workout today. I trained, I had great videos, did great content. Very proud of myself, man. My body probably looks better on camera today than it ever has. And it's crazy because they want to act like I've transformed. I have the same body. I'm still a little guy. I'm not huge. I'm thin. I'm just pure muscle. I have the exact same build that I always had. It's just that I've basically gotten a lot stronger and I know ways to, work with it and little tricks that I've learned. hmm Some of what God showed me and things that I study and I try different things and techniques and I do a lot of research. So that's what I work on. That's all I work on every day. I don't talk to nobody. I have no friends. I don't talk to no one. I enjoy being by myself. I'm very isolated. I don't like dealing with people because I don't trust anyone and I understand what position I'm in life and that I have everything going for me and everything to lose and that any move that I make is just me gaining something extra. If I go work a job, it's only an opportunity. Like I said, you all played your games, you were calling jobs, you were literally trying to give people bribes and pay people illegal money that they took. I know they took it, right? So, like I said, I mean, everybody's been addressed, everybody's been G checked and son. That means that I am a man. That means that I didn't put up with anything. That means I'm an aggressive gangster, right? And then, like I said, they would still try to take the cop out, right? Which didn't work. So I do every right move. You're just upset because not only will I not back down to you, but I won't let you outsmart me or use me being a man or me being aggressive against me. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, they're stuck with what they're stuck with. You feel me? They don't have no way to move, no nothing. And then, like I said, that fool, Four Eyes lost both his jobs, right? He basically got ran out the neighborhood. He's just terrified, right? So, I mean that should serve as an example. Then you sent another agent, I believe across state lines. I don't believe that he was living in Houston. I think he was lying, right? And he ends up basically having to take me out to dinner, pay for my meal, donate, pay me some money basically of his own accord because I never asked him for anything. He was who offered that, right? But the point is, he has to do all that, wastes, he claims over $200 in gas, goes and tries to put videos on a channel with no subs on it. And what was the purpose? Who sends people on dummy missions like that? See, I can just tell that it's like it's really one individual, and then it's like a couple of individuals around him. At the most, it's about three people, and then they just got the people who they hang around with, who they're all getting federally indicted to and going to prison. So it doesn't matter how many people are recruited or how many people are part of that. The more the merrier, because they're all going to go to prison. If you're connected, you're going to prison. If you jumped out the box online on this platform, you involved yourself in a federal lawsuit. If you went further than that, people like Carlos Cabral, people like all them names, Tommy, you know what? Yeah, all those dudes, Doc Simony, all those people who were still participating in this, right? Guess what? Hold up. Something went in my hair. Guess what? All of y'all have to come to court. And my guess is the judge is going to rule in my favor. I mean, I can almost guarantee that, but I think that he's going to say, yeah, federal charges for everybody because it's that vast of a conspiracy. You all use this network, which again, Google was ruled an illegal organization. Why, if they're not tied to one? So you're an underground illegal organization and you're not tough and you're not scary. And the fact is, you've tried everything as a whole group. You're a whole organization. I'm one guy, and I'm by myself. And you say all these things, but I'm one guy, and I've literally taken you on head on and won, and done it the right way, and gone about everything as the bigger man and legally. That's the only way that you can do things in this world. So I don't get what you're saying. Like I said, if you feel any type of way, anybody, I don't care who it is out there, sign the waiver. You all are on YouTube trying to play YouTube games and talk about back and forth and pull ups. All that stuff is nothing. You all don't come from that. I come from the real hood in the street, bro. I'm the pull up king. None of you all are about none of that. You all are people who are from the internet. That's some nerd stuff. That's herb stuff. And y'all sit online all day. That's all you've ever done. You don't know what a pull up is. You ain't from the hood. So I don't get what you're saying. What you playing is a weird game, and you know it's a weird game. And I'm not going to play it with you because I'm a real street dude. I'm really from the hood. You are not me. You do not get a pass. You do not get no validation. You do not get nothing. I don't talk to y'all. You feel me? The only person I talk to, like I said, is my girlfriend Christina, who I love more than anything. And like I said, like I mean, none of this is her fault. You know, understand? All I'm asking her, and like I said, we're gonna have a talk, and I've already explained it to her, is just that one thing. Just please don't bring up YouTube to me. Let me deal with this on my own right now and let me do what I'm doing. And the only reason is because there's one individual on here that keeps coming over here and they keeps trying to repeat names, or a couple of them, they keep repeating names. So if people are saying those names, bringing them to me, I mean, the only way is if they're an agent. It's impossible. I'm not thinking outside or of the box or any other way. That's the fact. So it's like I don't want nobody bringing YouTube up around me. My circle is never going to do that. You understand? Because it's common sense that I'm going to be like, what are you on and what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Any normal person, you understand? Like, no, you're going to get extremely upset because these are people who gang stalked me for years and I'm taking to court. This is a federal lawsuit. So it literally is actually illegal to bring up YouTube to me because it would be tampering with a federal lawsuit, especially saying names or bringing up any group of people that I don't have an affiliation with, much less that has never been a part of my network and that they don't have an identity. So they don't exist. So there is no they. There is no, I don't need it explained to me. I don't need anybody's 2 cents about what people believe. These are not, they have no existence. They have no identity. I don't know when you say they people, who are you talking about? Because we don't have a back and forth with anyone on YouTube. YouTube is an open avenue, and that's all I'm saying is I'm getting tired of explaining this to anyone and everyone, and everybody's going to respect what I'm saying. This is a public platform. There should be millions of people on here. We're not going to play these verbal games. Okay? Those people don't exist. Those are the people who are going to prison. They didn't accomplish anything. They never did anything towards me. They went behind my back and made phone calls to Seton Hospital, and I survived the impossible and continue to every day, right? And that's why every breath I breathe is a walking insult to all of you. So the question is, what are you going to do about it? Nothing, because you can't, because you're not capable. The only gangster here is me. The only survivor here is me. The only truth here is me. The only street hustling street dude here is me. You all don't ever speak while I'm talking or interrupt me or type fast or any of that. You be quiet when I'm talking. You got that? I don't care who you are. And again, I will gladly tell anyone right in front of them to their face. You understand? I don't know what you're saying. I don't know why you think that you have power hiding, but yeah, you need to get a grip because that's delusion. I'm not on here doing this because I enjoy it. I'm on here telling you to back off like I did the first time. This was over decades ago. Okay. I'm telling you that I don't play like that. These are my boundaries. You understand? And I'm a grown man who understands that there's laws and there's rules in the world. So I'm not going to play no game with silly folks who have nothing going for them and feel they have nothing to lose when I have everything to lose. Right? That's gangsta. That's being tough. So, like I said, you all, your perception is jaded. It doesn't even exist. I mean, you're too deep in the game right now to be sitting here pretending as if you can tell me anything. That's just a silly concept. It's a silly thought, much less to think that you're going to manipulate me or much less convince me I'm not who I am or use my own mind against me and trick me into taking bait. We don't take bait over here. I explained that to you too many times. When you start repeating yourself, that just increases the federal time. Like I said, all these people are really technically looking at life sentences. It's common sense. There's nothing you can do about it, and I will speak my mind freely and say what I want. I know the law like the back of my hand. And the fact is that these courtrooms don't. That's why they don't serve justice. They serve injustice. You understand? The fact is, in the, end of the day, I don't care who it is. None of you have any power. All you are nobody. You don't know how to run a system right. You don't know how to do anything right. That's why all these jails and prisons are a joke. The COs in them are a joke. Nobody really knows what they're doing. Just a bunch of people who are grown adults and act like they're not grown, and they just go to get their check. They're all irrelevant. You can tell them all I said it. You feel me? There ain't nothing nobody can do. I have all the power. I run the world. And when you're a grown man who makes conscious, safe, right, careful decisions, when you're a gangster already and you are the one who did all the reckless stuff, you're the one who's in the street, really going at it. You're the one who lived all this stuff. Like, do you understand the risks that I've taken in my life? Bro, y'all could never walk in my shoes. It took a lot to get to this point. I'm going to say it again. I own billions in equity. I own buildings. I have arrangements to literally live in buildings worth billions of dollars. I own them. Okay. I run them. I do what I want. Mansion and estate. Over 2,000 in jewelry. My own car lot, I pay over 100 bucks every month. I got a car in there I paid $25,000 cash for. All my cars are perfectly fine. I had a mechanic down here. He was envious and jealous, so he messed up something with the engine. It may just be a broken seal. Either way, it doesn't matter because money fixes everything, and God's going to give me all the money I need to not only fix everything, but get everything else brand new on top of it. That's common sense. I've been the richest man my entire life. I've made and spent more money than the entire government combined. These are all facts. I have the receipts for all of it. And literally, I got brokerage banks that claimed to my face that they deleted my bank records, which is an illegal crime and another felony. Okay. And I'm talking about bank accounts with over $300,000 in them. So if I have all the receipts, because they can't do that by law, the court can still request or lawyer can request the documentation. They have to provide it. If they deleted it, they're caught in a crime, which may be another lawsuit. Okay. Yeah. And that's considering an entire brokerage firm. Okay. I have a lot of lawsuits to file because none of these companies are actually following the law or protocol that they have to follow. Not can, have to. A company doesn't make the rules of the law. A company has to abide by the law. If you point out and prove that what they're doing is illegal and they're targeting me because the government targeted me and all these corporations targeted me, correct? Then they can all lose their job for one, but they can also go to prison. Yeah, you understand? And they can actually serve a life sentence because that's tampering with what? My life. You see the point? So people want to keep doing this stuff online, but there's nothing you can do concerning me and my life. My life is quaint, beautiful, peaceful, and it always will be. There's nothing you can do. And that's what you found out because you tried everything, you sent everything, you tried to come at me every day. And these people just sit there and just keep plotting. Like it's uncomfortable, it's weird. And I'm just not going to get out of character and not let it upset me because you're miserable and unhappy and my life is beautiful. I'm at peace. I've been at peace for a good long while. I just don't like spiritual stuff being sent at me, just things just being popping out of nowhere and being sent at me because that's what these people are trying to do. I'm not going to play like that. So I'm not going to put up with it, but I'm also going to be very nice and respectful about it and very calm because I understand that's what you want. You want me to be reactionary. You want me to be paranoid, and I'm not paranoid at all. Never have been, but you are. That paranoia is. I mean, you're going through it, right? You know how I know? Because God told me. Yeah, because all the lies you told on my name, because all the wrongs you've done and atrocities towards me, all behind my back, behind a computer. I haven't seen none of these people, just like I ain't seen Carly Fiorina in decades, right? Carly Fiorina is clearly, allegedly, the puppeteer of all of this, just like she, I believe, arranged allegedly me getting set up at St. Michael's, right? And me getting set up in Western Hills Little League in the All Star team. Yep, with Jay Austin, who was working for what company again? IBM. Oh no, no, it was Silicon Labs. Same thing, pretty much, right? Right there, connected to IBM, right? Then you have the cult leader Tommy Sotomayor. He worked for IBM. You still have these fools talking about, oh, they're giving him a hard time. I won't let him stream. He's banned from the network. The minute he stepped on this network, that should be a crime, I believe. If you're banned from the network, you can't come here and then try to stream. You can't just keep acting like you can do what you want. This is the problem with people. Okay. And this is what I noticed the trend is with y'all. It's just like that one dude that just did the 8 month bid, the 300-pound tuna. He gets on the phone. I saw It's hilarious, man. I just be laughing. And go, he got on the phone with a phone company. He can't even pay his phone bill. There you go again, the hypocrisy. But he's got a guy on his panel that comes on his channel who said I couldn't pay my phone bill, but I've paid it every single month without flaw, without error, by myself with no help. So why do you just say things if you know they're lies? And how would you expect to make a name in radio if you literally have no credibility? The name of this game is credibility. You're not going to make a radio career. This isn't high school. It's not a popularity contest. You can't just say, "Oh, I have these people who just side with me and are yes men and say agree with whatever I say, even if I'm wrong." That's not how it works. That's why I'm at such a mega super level than any of you, and you will never get near my level. Not just with wealth, but with this as well, with this monetized channel and just more with my presence online. So let me finish. I wasn't done. Billions in equity, mansion and estate. My own car lot I pay over 100 bucks every month for, over 2,000 in jewelry, right? Mineral rights, oil royalties, a website worth almost 2 grand. I said billions in equity, right? I said the over 2,000 jewelry, said the car lot, right? I'm technically supposed to own about 5 cars. I mean, I paid for them all. I own them, right? So, I mean, I used to own 14. I didn't fall off in any way. I was able to always do the right decisions. I never lost anything. So I don't know what people are talking about. And like I said, it just seems like they have an angle and they want me to just talk about things that are irrelevant and I don't want to talk about. I'm going to talk the way that I need to talk for me. I'm going to talk the way that's conducive for me. You understand? That's why I can't stand y'all. That's why I don't be talking to y'all. Because, like I said, y'all are some kind of informants and snitches. You try to angle your questions, but you're not an interviewer, and I'm not an interviewee. And people can't interview me unless they pay me. So I need money for all those questions you've been asking while you hide behind a computer. That's number one. You owe me money. They're clearly going to have you pay me punitive damages, and we're not settling out of court. I absolutely refuse with anybody. I want to settle in court. You understand? And it's not just settle. I mean, I want y'all to go to prison. You understand? It's not going to be you just pay me money and it's all good. Oh, no, no, no. No, I won't let it be like that. Not at all. I refuse to accept that. Nope. These people are all going to go to prison and they're going to have to pay me money. And seeing as how most of them probably don't even have money, they're going to have to figure it out because I want my money. That's number one. Like I said, number two, when you're dealing with the inheritance that Carly Fiorina allegedly stole, I believe she allegedly buried the money, right? Like I said, the reading just came out today, again, referring, this has been this entire year consistently about that inheritance that was stolen from me. So that's a concrete fact. The only way that I found out was through God. So you can't doubt me because I'm proving everything that I'm saying. I'm proving every statement. Yeah, I know that I got properties and probably millions of dollars that they owe me. That's why when they literally cut that last check they tried to lie and they had the people at that office who were liars stating, "Oh, this is the last check." Right, cuz y'all was in on it and she talked to you and y'all are all lying allegedly. That's why. The dude was sitting there being smart and snarky talking about, "Well, if you don't want it, I'll cash it." Right? Because that last disbursement was for what, about 60 grand. So these people are counting pockets. Then they worried about my trust, right? Which, like I said, my father had told me that there's a lot of money in there. That means that there was way more than 60 grand, obviously, right? If not, he wouldn't have been that concerned. So they're lying. That means, again, that you have corporations and lobbies and offices. And I'm going to find out who it was because I can't remember when I had to go through all that process, right? And then guess what? They're guilty of a crime too because they're sitting there lying. And they're talking about if you don't want it, I'll cash the check. Like, who talks like that if you're not illegal? That's the thing. All these people working at these companies are the real criminals. That's what people don't get. Like, when you first start being Batman, yeah, you think you're just going to come up against criminals and thugs in the street, but then you realize the real criminals are in these corporations. That's just the truth. The real criminals are in all these positions of the people we're supposed to be able to trust. That's the truth. And this society, as corrupt as it gets, they're the ones running all of it. All those agencies, all those, I'm not afraid of none of you. All of them are the ones who are doing all the child trafficking, all those operations. They're who's doing it. So once you figure that out, you have to have somebody stand up. You have to have a Batman. And that's what I do. That's who I am. I'm just a civilian who's a concerned citizen and I stand up for what's right. And nobody can stop me from doing what's right. You understand? And I go about things completely legally the right way, making me most powerful man who ever existed. You understand? I don't know what you're saying. I mean, any words you type is not equivalent to what I've accomplished in these streets. It's not equivalent to my walk. It's not equivalent to how I held my own in all these different shelters and different hoods and ghettos. You can't tell my story for me. You're not a media company. You're not a magazine. I'm done talking to you. Now you're going to have to go your own way because now I'm really just done dealing with it and done talking to y'all. Because I was trying to just be nice and I thought that people had common sense enough to know that if you're not a magazine, you don't have a voice. But when you got people that are so delusional and they want to reach and online and all that fake stuff, the concept of reaching doesn't exist. Do you understand that? All that stuff is those little terms y'all want to use on this fake stuff. There's no such thing as a sector. All that stuff is stuff y'all made up. You understand? What's real is the fact that none of you have made it anywhere. And like I said, you have mad legal trouble you're in and tons of problems. That's what's real. Your struggle is real. The fact that you are far, like the dude who just got out and did the 8 month bid, check him out, for example. He's going to have a harder time, and he's realizing it right now. That dude's going through his karma. He's realizing you're going to have a much harder time this go around. And these illegal, corrupt organizations like the Red Triangles that you're a part of, sir, meaning that you're still looking at going back to prison and prison time. So why even try? You might as well just give up now, right? Real talk. There's no point in trying because either way, you're going back to prison. It's guaranteed, homie. You know what it is. You know reality. And the gremlin with you, she can't give you no money because she ain't got none. And the red triangles ran out of money trying to stop me because they literally spent, I believe, possibly millions trying to stop me. They put active you know what's on me. They paid off all these people, but this dude want to claim he's super thug and super gangster when I'm the one who just survived all these different attempts on me and is living the real thing. And I literally had these people quoted online making videos saying that they was putting active you know what's on me. This has been happening for the last 2 decades. So I'm the real thing. I go through the real stuff. Whatever happens with me, it's always real, right? So this dude, he wants to be me. You see the point? As I'm the actual mob and I'm the actual gangster. See, I'm the one that people will entertain like all these things, but it's all fake. The fact is that yeah, it's real for court purposes. You'll go to prison for that for what you stated if we can find the video. But were you really about anything? No, because people are scared of me. And I know that. I've known that the entire time. When these people get online and try to simulate like they're doing something, what you don't get the minute that comes out your mouth and flies out your mouth, that's a felony, bro. It's the highest crime you can commit. Like what? Dude, people go to I mean, they do life sentences for that immediately, bro. You can't do that with nobody. So I don't know who these people think they are. I don't know why like I said, they're so delusional. They think they're untouchable and you're looking at the untouchable one, clearly. Who proved that they're untouchable? Me. Y'all are not untouchable. Y'all be staying going in and out of prison. All of them. Like, what? You people have nothing. You don't own anything. No, you don't own any estates. You don't own properties. You don't own nothing. And like I said, these people act like it's some kind of mystery. Why are you concerned about how I move? Don't ever talk down to me or try to say a put down to me, bro. I'm a grown man. I don't play like that. What are you talking about, bro? I have all the money, man. I got all the assets. I got all the equity. I spent my whole life building what I built. I have it all. So when you talk to me, you're not going to approach me just like you're not going to online and tell me, oh, I'm someone I'm not, and this and that. And now they talking about clothes. My clothes were perfectly clean, bro. Like straight up. Like, why don't we get real with ourselves? Like I said, these are clothes you can't afford. Don't worry about what I'm wearing and how I move and what I do and how I make my money. I'm Batman, bro. Batman has bat suits. Do you not get it? I've learned how to conserve. Maybe it's something you should learn. I mean, we're only in the greatest depression ever and you can't afford a hot dog. I mean, like I said, these people are not even eating, so maybe you would want to make some adjustments. That's right. I don't spend a ton of money on clothes because it's a waste of money. Yeah, and I figured out how to conserve regardless. So I know you, man. That's what you really wanted to say. So see, I ain't got no time for people who are going to try to stress me because they're stressed over me. I'm too blessed to be stressed, baby. See, I'm too smart for you. You understand? This is a very easy game for me because I know none of y'all are capable and you're not going to do anything. And that wouldn't scare me anyway because I love pain and I like, you know what I mean? Like, people already know the type of dude I am. Like, me, I have to keep myself out of even getting into it with anyone and out of trouble because I love all that stuff. I love action. I live for that. So, like, there's nothing anybody got for me. And we all know that because I'm a country dude. Country dudes are just tougher, man. Like I said, I'm the strongest man in the world, bro. It's proven on camera, man. You can look at my body, you can look at what I'm doing. I don't care what nobody says because I push my weight around and I do what I want to do. You know what I mean? But I'm not what you all are, especially on the internet. That's crazy. So, like I said, I have a career. I have to be Batman. I have a lot to do. Like today, I worked. Every day, I work pretty much. And if I have an off day, I'm still working because I work for myself and I run my own media company. I make my money here. I do what I'm supposed to do. Like, you're not going to approach me online ever again. I'm going to make sure of it now. We're not talking anymore because you don't want to talk to me right with respect. And that's petty. That's not tough. That's some coward stuff. And now the whole game stops right there. And now I'm pointing the finger at you publicly. So now what are you going to do? Like I said, your homeboy with the fake girlfriend, he got back down in New York. And none of this has anything to do with me. This is all stuff y'all got yourselves into because you've been online for decades writing checks that you couldn't cash. Okay. You want to say something to me? Talk about the fact that I have clothes you can't afford. Talk about the fact that anything I have and have attained and paid cash for that I owned and with my own hard work, what I set out to prove day one when you were saying a bunch of lies about me while you were literally busy assisting this crazy lady, Carly Fiorina, allegedly in stealing my inheritance. So I never received any inheritance, as I told you. So everything that I've ever said has been a fact. I haven't told one lie, and there's not one person in this world who can debate me because I do not tell a lie. I'm like Honest Abe. Everything I'm talking about is concrete fact. Why? Because reality never changes. There is only one truth in every situation. Drops Mike. Anything else? I have it all. You have nothing. You're getting your karma. I stand with God and God loves me. How can I really lose? It doesn't matter what happens to me. We all go through things, but God got me. You know what God tells me all the time? He says, man, if you fall, I'm going to pick you up. That's what he told me when I went to Kentucky. And what did he do? Did he not deliver on his word? That's why I don't doubt God at all, man, because he did pick me up because he enabled me to get that ticket that was almost $400. And I manifested that ticket with my mouthpiece, just talking, and got myself all the way back to Texas. When that church cult, them demonic, you know, hypocritical, two-faced, fake people left me out there intentionally, and then they had the nerve and audacity to try to pull a fast one and act like I'm gonna go help them when they stole my bag and stole my diamond rings in there and my laptop and had no explanation. Nah, y'all have to pay all that money back. You got to provide me a new laptop and my diamond rings and all my supplements. What are you talking about? All that stuff costs money, you know what I mean? And it's all good. Like I said, I'll take it to court. Now I really am taking it to court just because of that. Just because you wanted to front and act like, oh, we was cool, and then twist the situation and act like I did or said anything wrong. Dude, I left and walked away from y'all because y'all are delusional. Like I said, I'm a grown man, bro. I'm 35 years old. Why would I be around delusional folks? I did the same thing in jail. Put myself in the alpha pod, sunned people, had them where they wouldn't even say nothing to me. They was completely silent right in front of the COs. What are you talking about? I was backing everybody down in there. Got right in front of in the dude's faces, the biggest dudes in there. Question is, am I getting any credit for that on this network? Okay, I'm not, right? Okay, then y'all don't proclaim street savages. Y'all ain't on no street stuff, so boy, miss me with that. Y'all about who the biggest liar is. That's the reward you want to give. So y'all can have that. Be the biggest liar. Be the biggest Pinocchio. I'm a real boy. Because y'all ain't from the street. Real talk. No, the deal with Steve Styles is that Styles was a little bit more from the street than all of you. That's why he didn't really deal with y'all. And then, like I said, he made mistakes at the end because he started dealing with the red triangles. You know what I mean? That's on him. That was his decision. You feel me? I mean, it's clear as day what happened. He made his own decision. He went against me, right? I mean, he already said that a spirit had paid him a visit, remember? Remember? And then he went to the hospital because of a spirit. He claimed because of a ghost. I have the photos as evidence, smart one. I have documentation for pretty much everything, bro. Y'all people don't you totally underestimate how smart I am. So he had already dealt with a spirit, right? Which was common sense. That was an ancestor, right? Common sense, right? So then, obviously, when he had the second encounter, all that happened. Obviously, it was spiritual because, like I said, he was taking what? Bribes from the Red Triangle. Are you noticing a trend here? If we actually pay attention, Tyree Sneed is the biggest gangster of all time and literally is an emperor in the spiritual realm. Tyree Sneed is not doing, I don't have to do anything. God protects me. So, like I said, the other dude lost both jobs, right? And had to go run off somewhere, right, in fear, right, terrified. This one, you saw whatever happened with him to him, right? He brought that upon himself, right? And I mean, so you're seeing a constant theme of karma, and that if you're a part of the red triangles, you lose anything. Kind of like if you remember these people that you want to repeat their names, they're not leaders, they're nobody. I don't know what you're talking about. Why are you repeating your name and just talking nonsense? Like, that's weird, bro. I don't understand. What do you want a trophy for that? Like, can you imagine being that funny? That's pathetic. What? Bro, it doesn't phase me, man. I just don't talk to people like that. I don't think any sane person would, right? So, yes, I get away from insanity. I'm always be like that. You win on that. You can have that trophy. That's you. You can have that cookie. Feel me? So, like I said, do you feel better now? You win on all that because I'm not trying to be like that. I'm totally in my right mind. I don't have your problems. You feel me? I laugh at people like that who think they win in something because you know you're not making sense. That's weird, bro. You know what I mean? So, like I said, aren't you the same person who had a guy on here who had over $100,000? Hmm? And you had him lose all that money, and then it was because of your jealousy and envy for me. You had a dude lose over 100K. So who's to say that you haven't had tons of people lose money? You've literally dragged everyone around you down. And the dude could have listened to my advice because I was nice enough to offer him advice, even though he was the enemy. And I said, "Nah, dude, you should pull out that money now." He didn't listen. He lost everything. Everything. Ended up in motels. Then I think he got arrested. And where was it? Like Leander or something, or Plano or some other place, right? So, I mean, you've steadily dragged everyone down. Every member of the Red Triangles has gotten a karma and literally just suffered. You want to talk about pain and suffering? That's all that members of the Red Triangles have gone through and continue to go through. Constant karma, constant misery. Then you had the other incident happen up there, right, where you had the other one get on the news and all that fake stuff and tried to make a come up. And then obviously she's getting her karma. All these people have gotten their karma, and it's been like a domino effect. The red triangles are crumbling in front of all our eyes, people. It's Batman versus the red triangles. You got to understand the red triangles is an underground organization that does trafficking, including of themselves. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, just like the other one who couldn't keep a truck, right? And tried to set me up, and I walked right into the setup. And like I said, you got one of the biggest dudes you could find. He did nothing towards me. And then she was still trying to be in my energy. And then when she got away from me at a distance again on the phone, she started trying to talk some fake way. Like I said, you're just trying to have me be upset about something that doesn't exist. No, I'm not upset at all. It's the fact that you're really just sitting there and you just won't stop running your mouth. I mean, that's common sense. Any human being is going to be like, listen, I'm not trying to deal with that because I don't want to stress for no reason. So that's all this is. I'm not going to have stress, bro. And none of y'all can make me. I assure you, bro. I'm a grown man, bro. I do what I want to do. I'm going to tell all y'all, I talk to all y'all the same way like I do on here to your face. I'm going to tell all y'all to keep your distance. And that's it, man. Everybody gives me my 5 feet and way more than that. I'm a celebrity, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm going through things none of these fake celebrities go through, so it proves who's the real celebrity, correct? Right? And like I said, that one that I dubbed and called Chicken Legs couldn't even keep the truck. So then homeboy, he was coming around, right? And she was basically, it was a whole thing. She was like trying to hide me where we were at, but wasn't really trying to hide me because she really was the one who created the whole situation intentionally. So she set me up, right, and wanted whatever something to happen to me and me to go through something. The dude tried his hardest, and I had just talked about all those months before that I can't get into anything in the street because I have a new job. I'm that gangsta. So if I said what it is, they all knew what it was, including him. So that was just some coward stuff. That was a cop out. You feel me? And no, what it takes strength to do is stand on business and stand on what you already stated and say, no, my job is important. My future is important. And had I not done what I've done, which was the right actions through and through, right? Not because I was scared, because I was a man. If I had not done that, I would not be in front of you today in this position of success. That's a fact. Because I would have never had made the money and the means and the resources to have built all this. See, I cared about my future. I'm gonna run every time from people who are failures and want to drag me down. You're 100% right. That's the only thing I've ever run from. Running from people? Never. I never ran from him. What are you talking about? What? I was literally making sure that I didn't make a mistake, something that he didn't think about. And guess what? Chicken Legs took advantage of him, was still around me at the whole time and wanted to be was on my you know what and wanted to be all around me, right? Think about it. That's the reality. That's what happened. She got with me behind his back. He was paranoid as hell. His eyes were bugging. His eyes were bugging. He was scared as hell. That means I got a lot of power then, right? Because at that time, I mean, I was taking people's girls. Let's just get real without trying. That's what happened. Yeah. What are you talking about? Right out there in Michigan, right? In Sterling Heights in the ghetto. Tyree Sneed been everywhere, bro. My name ring bells everywhere, man. Y'all act like that's real. That wasn't a real incident. That was all staged and fake. Yeah, like I said, I knew you were trying to set me up. I walked right into it, and then you saw how corrupt they were because they sat there and talked a bunch of nonsense. Like I don't care about that. All y'all are relevant. You work for the man, and I don't. You're a wage slave, and you're corrupt, and I'm not. I don't care what you feel when they add their 2 cents. Oh, I would have done the same thing. Done what? That dude ain't do nothing. That dude was soft as hell for what he did. A grown man that can't control his emotions. What? What? I'm sorry. Did you really just say that? So that's what y'all do, right? Y'all all narcs and you work together, and you still can't get nowhere. That dude was pathetic, man. Like real talk, bro. Imagine not being able to control your woman and catching your woman talking to another dude. Not only talking, but she's instigating the whole thing and pursued him off the internet. That's what happened. What are you talking about? So, like I said, chicken legs, we know she done been got her karma. She's been broke forever and miserable and followed me around the internet forever and just has nothing to say to me. Like, what are you talking about? Weren't you riding passenger side and the passenger side of your best friend's ride trying to holla at me on your videos in your little in the red Miata? You think a Miata compares to a Porsche? Boy, you delusional. You understand? I understand the game. The game is to basically just laugh and make fun of you now. That's how I win. All I'm saying is I don't want Christina, my future wife and my girlfriend, bringing up YouTube because it's one thing to let me joke around and make my jokes and do my job, but it's another to, unintentionally support what these people want, which is to repeat names of people that I wouldn't let nobody come in a 5,000 mile radius of me and say that name. Any of your names. None of you are going to come near me. Let's just get real. That's why you hide online and you just keep typing about this and that, bro. If I saw any of you, I'm not going to be upset. That's what you want. See, no, I understand how to deal with different individuals the right way and correct way. I understand what you are. You're a computer nerd. You see the point? You don't have anything for me, trust me. We don't come from the same walk. We don't come from the same anything. We have nothing in common. So I'm just saying, why are you online committing felonies towards me and thinking you're not going to go to prison? That's my only question. There's no need to repeat yourself. There's no need to do this electronic mean stuff, nor do you have the power to, and you can't anymore. Nothing you do, everything that you do when it's electronic can be stopped the right way. Like if I change my phone number like I just did recently, like I told you I would, you understand? It's hard. You make it difficult, but the fact that you keep doing that stuff and it's being talked about publicly and it's documented, ooh, that's serious federal prison time, bro. So you're not too wise because you clearly act like you think you have nothing to lose, obviously, and you have nothing going for you, and that tells me a lot about your character. See, what you don't get is all you're doing is help. I'm like Ty Cobb. All you doing is helping me. Real talk. All you doing is helping me because I'm noting and I'm analyzing every little move y'all make. You don't get. You're talking to the shark. Like I said, you're talking to Jaws himself. I'm just sitting here watching, paying attention. You're not Jaws. You're not the shark. I am. You understand what I'm saying? Like it what is what it is. You know what I mean? And like I said, I mean it's just easily explained. You feel me? I told people that I made comparisons a long time ago. I said, I am the orca. It's really not even the shark, it's the orca because the orcas are worse than the sharks. The orcas have their way with the sharks. I'm more like the orca. I'm whatever the apex, predator is that runs the jungle and runs the sea. We all know that. So my whole point is, like I said, when you got minnows, those are minnows. You got minnows in the sea and they're trying to challenge, the big sea lion that I am, the sea manatee. I ain't got nothing to say to you. I don't. What is there to say? You want what I have. You always wanted what I have. You've been jealous of me since day one, even in my gifts. No matter what point I was at financially, the chicken legs threw a tantrum in front of my face and said one day out of nowhere that I wasn't who I am, and went down a list. And I proceeded to know everything she said in that list, and then go turn around, go back to work, and prove everything she said wrong. There is no qualm. There is no question. You've been proven wrong, and you have to accept that every single day. I know you mad. No, reality is not a choice. What are you talking about? See, that's the thing. I'm just not going to tolerate things being said like that. And like I said, like, you know, I just don't want any of that nonsense interfering or affecting anything that I'm building that's positive. You understand? I'm going to be patient with Christina either way, and I'm going to talk to her and work with her through these things. She's been through a lot. I genuinely love Christina more than anything, and I'm going to work with her no matter what. Even if she says the wrong thing, I'm going to do my best to be patient. And even if I get upset, right, there's a reason I'm getting upset. She needs to just listen to that and hear me out and care. And she normally does. She always does. So, I mean, me and Christina are going to be just fine. And that's the only part where I get upset because what these people are doing is they're doing this intentionally, hoping that it affects my relationship. See, I'm smart enough to not take bait and see what it is. That's why I get upset because I'm like, why are y'all enabling behavior of people who are irrelevant? I don't talk to these people. It's been game over for years, man. I don't want it brought up to me again. And I mean that. So it's not going to get brought up again. Like I said, I'm in control here. I talk about what I need to talk about. This is my federal lawsuit, and everyone will stay out of it. You understand? What I have going on concerning my job, my career, and this, don't none of you need to get involved. Do not involve yourself in this. You understand? This is not a game. This is serious as it gets. This is the most serious situation in the world. Stop assuming that everybody needs to talk and run their mouth like you. I'm not you, Wody. You feel me? No, trust me. I own y'all. Okay? Trust me, bro. I'm gonna continue to get the best of you and I'm gonna continue to get the last laugh. Trust me. Every single time. I know exactly what I'm doing with y'all. Y'all are nothing, bro. That's easy. You understand? I know exactly what I'm doing with y'all. I'm gonna make every single right move and I'm gonna continue to defeat you like I do every day. There is no competition. You feel me? So there was never a back and forth. It's just I'm succeeding, and then you've got gang stalkers. It's illegal for anyone to bring up a gang stalker's name to me or bring that towards me. I did everything to get away from that, and I successfully did. So do not do that to me. You understand? That's the worst thing you can do to me. So that's what I have to make sure Christina understands 100% all around. She listens. She's smart. She'll understand, and it's no big deal, and it's no issue. You understand? And that's all. You know what I mean? Like, Christina is not malicious. Christina really cares about me and loves me. And that's what I'm trusting and giving her the benefit of the doubt of, regardless. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm going to continue to believe and believe in love. I truly believe in her. Right now, I've been worried about her, worried sick, to be honest. And I'm just hoping that she's okay. You know what I mean? Because she was going through a lot and I'm worried about her. And that's the thing. Why would I allow people who are just filled with negativity and nothing else project that into my life and bring that energy towards me if I don't want that energy? See, that's all. No, the thing is, when I'm opening the chat, you don't have a legal right to come over here. You're trying to bring that baggage and negativity with you when I don't know you. I'm not your friend, and I would never speak to people like you. Keep your distance, Wody. Straight up. I'm gonna tell you the same thing every time now, bro. Like I said, nah, bro, y'all are never gonna come around me in person or see me. And if you did, I'd say the same thing. Respectfully, I would literally start filming and I'd tell you, you need to go ahead and back up and you need to go your own direction. Leave. You're not welcome over here. None of you. I'm telling you right now, this is a no-fly zone. You totally not welcome around me. Y'all already knew that. I didn't have to say that. So I don't know what you're talking about, bro. You're not going to get the results you want trying to continue to act like you're like doing something. You're not doing anything because you're not in control. You looking at the puppet master, buddy. You hearing him. See that company logo? That's just one of millions. I got tons of them, bro. Okay. Sneed Enterprises is getting built. Guess who's going to help me build Sneed Enterprises? Christina. Guess how much money we're looking at? Over 6.8 million. And I'm sure it's way more than that already. So what are you talking about? Oh, it's all real and all legit. Like what? And either way, even if it wasn't, why would it matter? They got to give me my inheritance they stole. I'm going to get my money. God's going to give me the money regardless. You already know. It's common sense, man. It's obvious, bro. You're like, yeah, it's taking forever. Of course, I'm going to get upset and agitated. I'm tired of waiting. That's all. That's common sense. I'm a human being, bro. You can't get mad at me for that. Like, no, I'm way past tired of waiting for my blessings, bro. I want my new life, man. I want what I went through all of this for. I just went through an actual, actually, fair and came out on top and won. And to still even be standing and breathing, I accomplished everything. Now, my dad already told me he's proud of me. He talks to me too, just like God does. And my dad lives through me. Like I said, my father lives through me, man. And now I'm going to turn around. Now I'm just waiting on God. That's all I do is wait patiently on God. When God delivers this money, I'm not going to have to do nothing for it. Like I said, I'm not going out in the street and struggling in other cities and going to have to build and work. Nah, bro. I worked my whole life since I was 16. I'm telling you right now, I'm not doing that. I'm just not. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it if I had to, but I shouldn't have to. God's supposed to deliver. Like, these are readings, bro. I've proven every single reading right, man. So, like, I just know in my heart I'm not wrong. I have real faith in God. I know God's going to deliver. This time it's getting given to me on a silver platter, my blessings and what I earned, because I earned it spiritually through all the work that I've put in doing this. That means physical toil, everything. Everything I've done. Like I said, no, I'm doing God's work on this world. I just came up against all these illegal corruption, all these different corrupt agencies in one. I came up against the devil himself and won every single time. That's what I rap about in my music. I'm the man who won against the devil. You understand? You feel me? The devil ain't got nothing with me or on me or for me. You feel me? So yeah, like I said, man, you may think you the devil, but not one person has the power to be the devil, man. You understand? And the fact is, at the end of the day, you're all weak and the devil's weak, and that's what I'm walking proof of. So what's up? What are you gonna do? That's when I know. Like when you gonna do something? Because you ain't gonna do nothing because you ain't about nothing. That's what it is. Y'all ain't tough. So I don't know what that is. No, all y'all do is hide behind computers and then start getting angry and yelling and screaming. Yeah, that's some coward stuff. And that's all you'll ever be about. We don't come from the same walk, bro. How do you think internet nerds can challenge gangsters in the street who are notorious and have all the stripes? Not at all. I'm like a zebra, bro. Who are you talking to, man? Like I said, people who tough, they don't talk like that. They be around, they be transparent, they be right in front of your face with it like I am. Like, you know what I mean? Like these are the people, like I said, they had other people that, they was upset about how they was trying to talk to me. And I was like, nah, stay out of it, bro. Like this is my thing. You feel me? I stand up on my own too, man. I could stand up for myself. I don't need nobody. And the whole thing was we have people that we around all the time. They never came around those people. They're not people who are going to come around me because they scared, because they know what they doing is wrong. So like I said, you would never talk to me like that in front of my face. Now prove me wrong. Nothing else matters now. I want you to prove that wrong. I want you to have one of y'all, and not one of y'all, the people who you feel that way. I want you to stand on your issue. You do it. I want you to have a conversation with me face to face. When's that going to happen? Never, right? Okay, then keep my name out your mouth. That's how it works. Just like I told you day one. I ain't hearing none of that, Wody. Y'all ain't got no business with my name in your mouth with all that fake nonsense that you talking, all that fake stuff, and trying to act like I got some kind of rules, like I ain't a human being, bro. I'll do what I want. I'll talk how I want. I'll say what I want. I'll do whatever I want, where I want, whatever. I own everything. I run this country and world. I do what I want. And you in my country, okay? Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do, especially here. Feel me? So yeah, like I said, y'all want to act like I'm a nice. I'm not nice at all, and I'm not gonna be nice to none of y'all. Like I said, don't say nothing to me, none of y'all. All y'all below me, you an inferior at that. I'm your superior, straight up. We operate above the feds. Like I said, we run the streets. This is all real, bro. I don't care what nobody talking about. Let them run their mouth. Y'all tell yourselves whatever you want. Like I said, I stand above the system. I transcended the system, homie. I don't need a job title. I don't need a certification. I don't need permission from the government. I don't need nothing, bro. I got divine authority. You understand? Anybody think I'm bluffing? You go ahead and test that if you want, bro. Divine authority is uncontestable. And that's all I'm saying. Like, nah, in everything, I'm the authority. Like, I don't have to sit there and be bossy with Christina. That's what I realized, right? Christina listens to me. Christina loves me genuinely. I don't have to, sit here and get upset because somebody else is upset for what? Let them do it to themselves. Let that stuff keep backfiring. Let them, keep on, wallowing in their misery and their negativity, because that's what it does. I mean, fear, it just does it to yourself. It consumes you. And that's somebody who they moving in fear, just like in that movie Green Lantern. It's an accurate depiction. I live in love. I'm gonna choose love every time. I'm gonna choose love with Christina. I'm gonna choose love with all the people in my life, no matter how bad they've wronged me. Because not because I'm a man, but because I want good things in my life. I've been done dirty by everyone, man. I ain't really got a fair shake. I ain't got no help, no nothing, but I still have love for the people who I love. I love Christina. Feel me? I love my people. You feel me? I'm not like y'all. So I'm gonna still stand up for what's right and stand up for love. As hard as it's really impossible. As impossible as it is, I'm gonna still do the right thing and do what I'm supposed to do. You feel me? Because that's the right thing to do. And that's what Batman about, doing the right thing. So I know you mad. Why? Because I'm not just the bigger man, I'm the only man. And remember this, I'm the only real man who ever existed. And remember when you tried to contest that nonsense hiding and I proved you wrong? End of story, homie. I win, you lose. You feel me? I know you mad. They triggered and pressed as hell over there. I bet you they got holes on their wall. And like I said, I'm not in a roach motel right now, and I'm not a big tuna, 300-pound tuna running my mouth. Anything else? Like, that was what's so funny. I saw him on the phone and he's trying to tell the phone company what to do. You don't even know how to deal with them, man. I just got done talking to a few of those different companies, and I exposed publicly on here how they're corrupt and those offices are criminal enterprises. Yeah, they'll start committing felonies too on the phone, and that's another thing that I might find out, like what commission is doing that, and I might take them to court too. That's behind all them fake things with the fake things online. Don't ever call those numbers. I don't care what they say. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. Don't ever call them numbers, because all that stuff is a scam. They try to hide behind the name of God too. Like, no, those people all need to go to jail. They scared too. They know what they doing is illegal. Those are advertisements on YouTube. Everything that comes from Google and YouTube is illegal. That's what y'all need to understand already. You the enemy. You're not my friend. You're not doing nothing for me. I'm just big pimping because I make money off y'all. Yeah, so I run the game. I'm the boss here. See, this is a different thing we got going on with YouTube and Google. That's why the people in the public, you need to just stay out of it. You don't want to get involved in this. Okay? This is some real stuff, bro. What I went through, couldn't no human being withstand. What these people have done with me the past, I don't know, 20 plus years, almost like almost 20, like 15 plus years, something crazy. Wouldn't none of you be able to handle? So keep my name out your mouth. You feel me? And no, I'm not a nice guy. When people say my name, right, and I'm able to actually address them, oh, I do every time in person. Like I said, everybody's been back down and G checked and son. I don't care what y'all talking about. All I got to do is talk and address you as a man and confront you and let you know what it is. You feel me? Oh, I'll do that with anyone, bro. Nobody gets a pass. I don't care who you are. Like I said, that's why all this internet stuff missed me with that. Because those are people like way thousands of miles away, bro, that don't want to give me the opportunity to be right in front of them and have this conversation. Because it would go a whole different way. And no, I would still keep it talking, but it would go a different way because you would back down. Online, you'll want to act like you can talk back. In person, you would never talk back to me. None of you. Now prove that wrong. I bet you can. What's wrong with being a man? See, you have an issue with men. I don't care what your issue is. That whole community is a joke. Like, come on, bro. That's like when y'all do the parades in Austin, bro. Y'all a joke. Y'all don't run Austin. Austin is my city, and all y'all can get out and leave straight up. I don't care how you feel. I don't care about your little fake rules now and all that nonsense. All y'all can go pick somewhere else to be. That's my city. All these are my cities. This is my country. This is my world. Straight up. What are you talking about? Y'all want to do these fake protests and all that? Nah, bro. Just take it to them the right way. Let them know what it is. You feel me? See, that's the thing. Everybody wants to be scared and just do talking. Batman don't do no talking. Batman is in the street with it, bro, doing the real thing. While y'all run your mouth, I was doing bar security, doing the real thing, getting busy. I get busy. I don't do all this fake talking. I don't do all this fake stuff. So miss me with it. If you got something to say and you feel like that, my little homie comes to kick it. What up? That's what I thought. Cause ain't nobody built like that. Cause all y'all soft. You feel me? So keep my name out your mouth because, like I said, y'all ain't seen nothing yet. This is light, bro. Y'all ain't never seen me mad. I'm not mad right now. I'm in a good mood. You feel me? I'm playing with you, manipulating you, because that's what I do. I'll do whatever I want with any of you. What are you talking about? Keep my name out your mouth, homie. You got that? All y'all. You feel me? And all them dudes who've been playing these games for years, I ain't forget nothing, bro. What are you talking about? That's why y'all stay ducking me, talking about this and that. And, oh yeah, well, yeah. You keep your distance because you know you're wrong and you know you're in the wrong. Yeah. I'm not scared to be G tough and be who I am, bro. I'm just very, very selective and I choose how I go about doing things because I'm smart and I'm not going to let enemies outsmart me, much less who ain't smart. People ain't smart. It's people funny as hell, bro. They all silly and slow. Feel me? That's all I really got to say, man. Like I said, look at that company logo, man. That's the future of the world. Like I said, I'm already wealthy and rich. That's the definition of rich is wealth, not cash. Cash means nothing. Holding cash is for suckers. And now God's going to give me all the cash. I'm not going to have to hold it because it's going to be invested. Feel me? You understand? Holding cash is for suckers. Like, nah. The only time holding cash ain't for suckers is when you got like 10 grand plus on you 100K, something I walk around in the hoods of San Bernardino, California with literally right in front of these dudes who you know what the intentions are and they scared of me and won't do nothing. I'm a gangster, bro. See, I come from that. I come from all that. My whole history, my whole past was I had to take what I wanted to survive. That's what you people don't get. You want to wake up a monster, homie. You already did. We already showing you what it is. I'm Batman. There ain't nothing fake over here. What's this talking for? I don't remember Joker's talking, bro. Joker's got busy. See, that's the thing. You don't want to play the game and play in the playing field. You want to always do something over here as a coward. What are you pretending you're tough online for? What's that got to do with it? I'm in the street, bro. Like you can't duck this or pretend it ain't happening, bro. I'm in the street as Batman, bro. Get busy. Like, what's up? Ain't about nothing. None of them, bro. Oh, y'all act like you're scared of your own shadow. Like you ain't never seen no man before. Like, no, I'm getting tired of it, bro. I'm sitting here trying to be patient. I'm being nice. And like, I'm not even angry, nothing right now. This is how I talk, bro. I'm from the street, bro. Feel me? All that stuff they kicking is fake, bro. I don't understand why people would sit there online and act like they're doing anything towards me and then expect me to just be like, oh, it's all good. Nah, bro. I'm not a pushover, homie. I don't forget nothing. And talking about these fake apologies. Ain't no apologizing, homie. You know what it is. Like I said, stay running. All y'all run every day. What are you talking about? I run the streets, bro. I don't see none of these dudes. None of them. It don't matter who you are, bro. All that fake stuff when you got dudes going on your panel and they keep committing, saying illegal statements and committing crimes. That's not tough. Those are internet nerds. That's a herb. Ain't worried about you, bro. Do you understand? I make Maserati Fox look like a mouse. I make G Baby, the one that was with him. They were supposed to have made like millions, okay? With what they did, which was all nonsense. What I don't agree with and what I would never do. But my whole point is I make all them look like mice when it come to this street stuff, when it come to being a gangster. That's what I'm about. I'm about the tough stuff. So, like I said, all that fake stuff y'all kicking, all that stuff in your little wannabe, I'm tough in my own hood, and how none of you can just stand on your own and put up your hands. All that other stuff you kicking, none of that works with Batman, bro. That's why we make the suit the way it is, proofed. Y'all just don't seem to get it, do you? You don't get it. I'm coming to everybody's hood right around the corner, bro. We gonna be right in your hood, right in your set. Y'all want to see some crazy stuff and some tough macho stuff, like Pac said. Y'all want to see some macho stuff? You about to see it, bro. Real talk, bro. The minute God give me this money, I'm going to the hood. That's what y'all don't get. I'm gonna have Christina comfortable in a nice hotel in a brand new home we buy. We gonna be buying real estate and buying homes and flipping. Christina's gonna be comfortable and good, well taken care of. Anything she need, I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna make sure she right. And then guess what? Batman putting on his fully bulletproofed and proof for everything suit and going straight to the hood to see who the hell want a problem anywhere. See, we not the same, bro. I'm not that other dude. I'm not the 300-pound tuna who's going to sit in a roach motel and run his mouth. Everywhere that y'all talking, I'm going to be in those cities, bro. So people like him ain't going to have no excuse because we know what he going to do. He going to do the same thing, hide inside and run his mouth. You feel what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Though you what you people about is running your mouth online and then hiding and then hoping that somebody will make a mistake. All y'all want to get people on charges. You want to hem people up and get them locked up, bro. Batman don't fall for bait like that, bro. That's why I'm Batman because I come up against criminals. I'm an expert at this stuff, bro. You can't outsmart me, man. I understand how to do things. It's like when I did bar security. You don't come out of the bar. I mean, I had the heart to do it. I would do it all the time. I didn't care, but because I'm street and I don't care, right? I ain't afraid of nothing or no repercussions. That's the whole point. Y'all sit there and pretend that you're playing with someone that you ain't playing with. My whole point though is, see, I get away with a lot. That's what y'all don't know about me. I do what I want to do in any situation. Nobody tells me nothing because they scared of me. Everybody. So, like I said, my whole point is you got to understand something, homie. When you have bar security, when people come up to the bar, if they was antagonizing, you don't come out of the bar. You try to draw them in, because then if there's a lawsuit or whatever, you're in the right because they got cameras. So they saying that you coming into the bar. I never really had that problem because people just didn't want it with me, period. You feel me? I was a monster. You understand? I'm a monster, bro. Like, I really got hands. That's what people don't get. I have the best hands that anyone's ever had on this planet. Put them to the test. All y'all can sign the waiver. That agent you sent, he didn't say nothing about signing a waiver, did he? Exactly, because he's scared. Like, dude, all them other antics, you already know what it is. You need it re-explained. Y'all want to act like you can't hear? You hear me perfectly clear. Sign the waiver, homie. Y'all got an issue like that? You feel any type of way? I don't care who you are, bro. Bring the biggest, baddest dude you can find and have him sign the waiver. I will print it out for you. You understand? That's all you got to do. Any of y'all, bro. Like I said, all of them, bro. All of them. That dude that ran in New York. You know who? I'm gonna quit mentioning your names because all y'all weird and informants and on this coward stuff. The one who ran in New York, who's had my name in his mouth forever and is gonna go to prison for stalking me and all the stuff he's done with the red triangles. He can sign the waiver, but we know he's not gonna do that. So what's the excuse? The 300-pound tuna can sign the waiver. Hell, little Flo Malcolm can sign the waiver. Any of y'all can sign the waiver. I mean, what's the excuse? But you don't want to do that, right? Okay, well then quit talking to me. All that other stuff isn't tough. You just want to pretend that you're about something because all y'all hide behind the system, right? Everybody's tough when they're a snitch and an informant who hides behind a system. You use that system to protect you. You see what I'm saying? That system ain't gonna do nothing for me. I mean, maybe. I mean, well, I'm not gonna say that. Maybe they would now because they like me because everybody's my fan. But I'm just saying I don't need it. Like I don't run to anybody for my problems. You people, you literally use all these systems to protect you. That's what you've always done. The rules don't apply to protect me. It's always been people can do whatever they want towards me, and I'm just supposed to sit there and put up with it. If I react and respond, then I'm gonna lose my freedom and everything, right? I mean, I'm going to go through what Jesus went through. And I already went through it several times and resurrected and walked right out of the temple. Moved the stone slab and walked out the temple resurrected. That's what I just did in front of your face. Listen to how good I sound. Listen to how I sound. See, understand what you're doing is witchcraft. You know why? God told me. Your witchcraft is weak. You're a little kitchen witch. You're not real, and your little spells are weak as hell. Okay? Please turn it up a notch. It ain't enough. How about that? You ever dealt with somebody who likes pain? Yeah, all these feelings in my stomach. A lot of it is, of course, the phone calls to Seton Hospital, but a lot of it is that you're doing witchcraft every minute of every day. Witchcraft is illegal in this country. Jamil Nuts needs to go to prison for her fake illegal business, and all y'all need to go to prison. You understand? You do your witchcraft because you're scared of me. What's that witchcraft going to do in a boxing ring? None of y'all will sign the waiver and hop in a boxing ring, right? Or even go to a park. It's a waiver. You're in a certified league. Nothing can really happen, right? Other than we do the boxing match and you lose. That's it. You're scared of that. It's a boxing match, bro. It's with gloves on. You feel me? Y'all that terrified of me? Damn, cuz I told you. I told you I got the street shook. Any of y'all little wannabe gangsters, y'all little fools that go on that Groovy Jimmy's channel. That dude's a fool too. He ain't talking about nothing. That dude tries to act like he from the street. That's another one. He a youngin. You a YN. That's a youngin that don't know nothing about the game. Trying to sit there and replicate. Like I said, they all want to talk like they're me. That dude's talking about I'm at. You're not at anything, bro. You're a nobody that's never had a name in the game. What you mentioned my name for? You said that the dude is scared of me, the one that got that backed down in New York. Okay, cool. I tried to have a conversation with you. You didn't even come over here. What's that about? Literally, I had your name tagged in the channel and everything. You ain't say nothing. Like what, bro? You admitting to you indicting yourself on camera, admitting to felonies. You ain't no gangster. Just quit acting like that, bro. Just be you, bro. Come on, bro. You a little chub chubs in the face. Like you just a little chub chubs. Just be you, bro. You ain't gotta impress nobody. But them little fools that go on your channel, all that fake stuff. Like, hey, I want all that. You feel me? No, see, I'm Batman. See, this is the thing. All these dudes who claim they street and they about it and they going to do this and it's the Wild Wild West, y'all can actually do it now because you got a Batman in the street who want all the smoke. You feel me? So where's it at? I don't see nothing, bro. I see a bunch of people hiding online because they a bunch of cowards. That's what I see. Because ain't none of y'all about nothing. Because all you do is go on panels and talk because you're mad corny, homie. Ain't none of y'all from the street, doggy. Ain't none of y'all ever been built like that. Y'all some internet people, man. Keep that internet stuff over there. You feel me? I am the streets. I'm telling you that you don't have a pass and I don't co-sign you. None of you, not the so-called women, not anyone on this network. If you on YouTube, bro, when you see me in the street, you're obviously going to run from me. So what are you talking for? Come on, dog. Ain't none of y'all gonna sit there and talk like that, talk fly, and when Batman's in the street actively doing his thing. That's all I do, bro. I go to work, bro, as Batman. Do you understand that this is what I do for a living, bro? You think I'm gonna let some internet herb sun me or tell me anything? When this what I do? What? Wear steel armor and a bulletproof vest, and y'all think you got something for me. Boys, stop it. Y'all is funny, bro. I put everything on the line every day that I do what I do. Who are you? Like, what? Batman is nothing but hands. All that fake stuff you kicking, all y'all claim you about this, you gonna do that. Like I said, that's what we have. That's what we do it for. Where's it at? Ain't none of y'all got enough for a bus pass? Golly. That's crazy, bro. Ain't none of y'all got no gas money? Like what? Yeah, I'm easy to find. That's what that troll proved. Yeah, I'm easy to find. You know why? Because I run the streets and I don't hide from nobody and nothing. Yeah, all that fake pull up stuff. Ain't nobody pull up on me. Nobody ever will. Yeah. And then they act like, oh, it's a challenge. That's what they do. They try to misquote you. Oh, it's a challenge. I don't care what you tell yourself, bro. You understand? I'll say whatever I want. I'm telling you it is what it is. Ain't nobody ever pulled up on me, nor will they. Remember when I made that statement and all y'all acted like you was on something? When it happened? Who pulled up on me? Whoever did anything concerning me? Never. Oh, y'all's terrified of me, bro. What? The little corny stuff you tried to pull when I said I can't have any issues, I got a job. That's a cop out, bro. When you did that corny stuff, that's what set me off and started the whole thing. You woke up a spirit that's like from the ancient times that ain't playing about nothing. You're the one who started all that bar security stuff. If it wasn't for that incident and what you pulled, that's what woke up that spirit in me. That's why when I was doing bar security, anybody who slightly disrespected, bro, like I was owning them. Anybody. It didn't matter who it was. And then I just got so good at it and I'm so quick. My hands are so effective. I'm so effective and I do my job the right way. I do everything the right way. You feel me? Like I was just a beast with it, bro. I was the best bouncer on 6th Street. Everybody knew it. If they want to pretend it's because they phased and they jealous of me. I'm the best at anything I do. So when you talk about me, you should be talking about me in a light of what can I learn from you. But when you start getting online and on this phone and you start typing crazy, I don't play like that, bro. So I'm not going to sit there and converse with you if you're going to keep typing on fake accounts. I'm going to just shut down all means of communication like I did, and we can come back to reality. Because, dude, I'm gracing you with my presence. I'm already the self-made trillionaire, even now. Yeah, y'all set me up a million times, tried to hold me back, tried to steal from me, all sorts of stuff, bro. And I still bounce back and still am the only self-made trillionaire. I got all the equity, trillions. So what are you talking about cash for, bro? Cash, get out of my face. Oh, y'all ain't talking about nothing, bro. I ran everything, bro. I run this country and world. I still do today without money. I don't need cash. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. People really want to run their mouth. Y'all do a lot of talking, bro. It's like a bunch of talking magpies. You feel me? Hello, Tone Space ran. Tone Space ran to New York. Right? What? Restraining order on real life is not in cyberspace. I said, restraining order. You go ahead and do what you do, homie, because I'm out here running the streets and winning. Like I said, we work every day. I'm not gonna let nobody interfere with my job anymore. Right. And nah, like of course I'm gonna be on edge because I'm tired of hearing it, bro. Like if y'all got something to say, bro, like trust me, bro, I'm not about to put up with nobody interfering and bothering me while I'm at work, bro. When I'm working, don't say nothing to me. Feel me? No, bro. I'm around traffic. I gotta really do what I'm doing as Batman. I gotta focus. Don't ever try to sit there and distract me while I'm working. What is that? That's some pettiness. That's the same thing y'all did up in Green Bay, right? Kept trying to bother me while I'm at work. What is that? Like what? How you gonna have me do the job and tell me to do something and then try to stop me from doing what I'm doing? Yeah, like I said, they want to agitate people because they're trying to set up real gangsters. Yeah. So you admit and acknowledge who's street. Thank you. That's the validation I need. There's the stamp. Already got the stamp and seal of approval. Thank you. Next. See my point? I run Green Bay. Like I said, I stood up to all of them, proved who was corrupt, and everybody else loved me. I'm a boss. Feel me? They all respect me, bro. Anywhere I go. That means like when I do start driving again, let's say I get pulled over, right? And let's say somehow me and Christina are in Green Bay or somewhere. If people know me and know my name, you don't think that counts? They're gonna say, "Oh wow, dude, it's Tyree Sneed." Say, "Hey, I watch you on YouTube, bro." You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna give you a ticket. You go ahead, go ahead. That's what they're gonna say. I'm telling you right now. See, this is what the 300-pound tuna. This is what Tone Space. This is what the fake girlfriend. This is what all of them, the others, all of those people. That's what all of them wanted. They talked about it and said word for word. I heard that Tone Space say exactly that. He said exactly that. He said, "Man, if I could build a monetized channel." That would be awesome. Yeah, but you can't because you're not skilled, right? You don't look like me. I don't look like the Geico caveman. Okay. So, like I said, I'm not a 300-pound tuna. I'm not a Geico caveman. Like I said, it's a whole zoo out here, right? Remember, at the end of every day, man, you can type to yourself because I don't got time for that. I'm a grown man. Why don't you just be real with yourself and say, you're mad and you really are so petty and pathetic, you get on a keyboard and you start committing felonies and trying to bother a grown man who's working and doing everything right. You have no respect for yourself. Should be ashamed, bro. End of that conversation. And I'm promised you on everything I love, I'm not hearing another word. You understand? No, I'm not going to sit here and be patient and be nice. I'm tired of hearing it. You're not going to talk to me some way that's not respectful. You're going to talk to me with full respect as the grown man that I am. I don't care if it's on the internet. I don't care if it's off. And no, I am known for G checking people and letting them know to their face what time it is in reality and that I don't put up with that. My number one rule is nobody gets on this phone. You can check my rap sheet and my history. I'm about that. I'm the pull up king. When people get on this phone, I always pull up, pissed off. That's what's happened. I don't know what you're talking about. Like I said, you want to sit here and act like you mold my past. My past was me standing up against everybody. My past was me pulling up and being real. My past was me being active and not putting up with nothing from nobody and taking on corruption head on. Y'all don't get, I was Batman before I ever put on the suit. Most of the real Batman stuff happened before I ever came out and said I'm Batman or put on the suit. I was really getting busy when I was younger. You feel me? Oh, trust me, bro. It's gotten ugly. Y'all already know. Y'all know it gets ugly with me. So why would you get online and try to play with someone who got that kind of history and they a street gangster for real? You know what I'm about and what I do. I don't do no talking. I don't talk. I don't talk to no one. I don't like talking. You understand? I honestly like I wake up and I choose what. No, that's the truth. Like Styles used to say. But I really am like that. He ain't built like that. I really am. You understand? I don't like to talk. I like to express myself through the art of ninja. What? That's what I like to do. Straight up. I don't like to talk. I'm completely serious, bro. I like to express myself like Bruce Lee. What's up? That's what I like to do. I'm 100% serious. You can't tell? That's only what I make a career doing. I don't like to do no talking. I feel like whatever I do ninja wise in front of you is going to do a lot more talking than me vocalizing something. it's going to speak volumes about how I really feel. So let's quit playing the games, bro. All y'all want to sign the waiver, sign the waiver. If not, keep it shut. You feel me? I don't play like that. All this acting like, oh, we're sitting here and trying to make you mad. No, you're not. What? I'm not even going to play that game. See, you don't ever entertain even the possibility of putting everything you have on the line and throwing it away for a bunch of nobody failures. Ever. You don't ever sit there and even entertain the possibility of a bunch of lowly narc crabs in a bucket who will never be nothing and nobody of actually throwing away everything you gained and letting them trick you off your throne. You don't even slightly entertain that. Keep losing. Hold your L. Learn to hold your L like Tone Space never could. Can't just hold his L properly. Bro, you're on YouTube acting like everything is YouTube still. You just got sunned in front of everybody. Are you going to address that? They're acting like it's like Steve's was making fun of him. He said, "We went to high school together." That boy got online and said, they already know who the real Rose King. That boy got online. What did he say? I can't even remember, bro. That boy says so much funny stuff, bro. That dude is delusional, man. What did he say recently? I got her. I was on the tip of my tongue, man. I told you I'm tired. It was hilarious, bro. What do you say? Oh yeah, he said there's people pretending that saying that I'm scared or that my lack of response is admission that I feel guilty because I back down. Like, yeah, because that's exactly what it is. Like you said that Steve's deflect, but all you do is deflect and project. I mean, I'm not putting it past him. I mean, yes, he was a deflection artist. He would project, but he was a lot realer than you. I mean, he stood on business, bro. It's on camera, man. I mean, you got to give him credit, bro. So, I mean, I give credit to Steez. Like I said, I have nothing but love for Steez. I still cry over Steez. But you, I can't stand. I'm just being honest. You, I can't stand. I'm not your friend. I don't like you. You stalked a relationship I was in with that with Chicken Legs for a good while. I mean, why don't you tell the truth about that? Everybody told that fake girlfriend of his that he was bad news. Even the bad news people, even the evil people said it, and they said she wasn't hearing it. But yet you don't even live together? How you married? You claim in a notary office or like in Vegas. How you married but don't live together? Who do that? And she's still doing lives, not understanding that's all felonies right there. That's all court evidence, talking about some weird other person. What does that other person have anything to do with anything? Why are you still on live talking about deconstructing anything? What you need to deconstruct is your way out of the situation you're in, where you have an active restraining order on your sister and you look like what you are, the psychotic stalker. Everybody knows what you did to your ex boyfriend's vehicle. Tone Space doesn't mind the fact that, literally, you might as well walk around with a car horn on you, okay? Because you're the town what? Beep, beep. Huh, yeah. Does it get any worse? Look how I talk about her. Tone Space won't do nothing about it. So what are you talking about? Yeah, don't tell me that we've seen Tone Space. Uh, oh, he stood up to people. To who? He didn't stand up to nobody. He ran every single time. What are you talking about? He was scared of Steez. Everybody said the same thing. I'm just saying the truth, man. Like I said, the Groovy Jimmy dude is the dude who needs to get his act right. You've got a satanic symbol as your channel name. You keep talking about a bunch of nonsense that is a bunch of troll stuff. You hang out with trolls. You have no one to blame but yourself for your own predicament. And I can guarantee you, in your future, it's just common sense looking at you and your habits, you're going to end up in prison. That dude's going to go to prison. And that's what them trolls do. They drag other people down because they ain't nothing. I'm giving you the right advice. So here's your deal with Groovy Jimmy, man. You want to? You said my name. I didn't speak yours. I didn't know who the hell you were. Looked like the bat again. You said my name. So you want to say my name? I responded. I gave you an opportunity to talk. You ignored that. I'm gonna ask again. Do you want to have a conversation? It's not going to be on your little lame channel because you don't have a platform, sir. I'm the biggest, biggest tuna ever out here. Much bigger than that 300-pound tuna. I got the biggest platform, like always, right? I'm the biggest, always been the biggest in every way, shape, and form. I prove every stereotype wrong, right? So you have to understand. You want to talk? You come to my platform. You come to a real platform with actual marketing and circulation. You understand that, Jimmy? Are you really keeping it groovy, Jimmy? Huh? Are you keeping it groovy, Jimmy? Because you ain't no gangster. You just a YN. That's just a young boy. That young boy don't know nothing about life or nothing yet. You understand? And they just sitting there and leading him down the wrong path. Let them do what they do. You feel me? He's not going to be successful like that. So I'm offering you the right advice. People like you need a role model. You say you wanna basically work in restaurants. We gonna build a restaurant. We got a lot of opportunity over here, Groovy Chimney. Like I said, you need to get all them trolls off you, showing off your network. You need to start moving correctly and doing the right thing, and that's about it. And if you can do that, hey, you might have an opportunity over here. But other than that, it is what it is. And I don't mind you speaking my name. What you said is positive. I'm just joking. I don't have any issue with him. He's cool. I like him. I think he's better than most of them. But I'm just saying, I'm trying to help you out. You want to be a thug and a gangster. It's clear as day. You know what I mean? Like Takashi wanted to be. He went about it the wrong way, right? Clearly, he failed. Don't follow in his footsteps, man. Don't become a snitch nine. I'm just being honest. You want to be a gangster, man. You talk to the real gangster. You want to be a gangster. Why don't you talk to gangsters so you can learn how to be one? I'm just saying. Only gangster is me, dude. Feel me? Everybody else is fake. You 100% right that Tone Space is scared of me. They're all scared of me. Everyone on your panel is terrified of me. They know what it is. They know it's good. So, like I said, if you want to talk, you can come talk on my show and we can have a real conversation about reality in the future and I'll help you to steer you the right direction. That's what I do for a living, man. I try to work with everybody, the youth and everybody, and be a role model and teach people how to go the right direction. You have a lot of potential. You're smart. You clearly have worked some jobs. All that stuff goes into that was part of my walk, man. You got to work them jobs. Like he just seems like a more real person. I like the dude. I don't have nothing against him. I think he's cool. I'm just saying he's a young boy. You're not a gangster yet. You don't know nothing about nothing yet. You know what I mean? Now, like I said, if that's what you're trying to be, well, then you need to listen to a gangster, right? You should be listening to this show every single program, taking notes, literally trying to learn. I mean, it is what it is. Being gangster just means that you attain wealth, run the streets, you a thug, you don't back down to nobody and nothing. You do what you want. It ain't all this other stuff people do. It ain't doing no 8-month bid because you're running your mouth like a 300-pound tuna, right? It's not having a gremlin as a girlfriend. I mean, it's pretty easy to see, but yet you go on his panel and his show for what? You come over here, I'm gonna put him in his place real quick and tell you to your face straight up what it is and who he is. I mean, we're like that dude's a fool, bro. We have no respect for that over here, man. We respect people who really, really about it. Like I know, bro. You don't know who I am, bro. I know everybody. I just roll by myself. I've met and talked to so many people. I know so many different people who really were thugging and really gangsters. I've had real relationships in the street. Like I'm talking about like where we tight, we cool, we tied in like for life, like we homies, we like practically family. You don't know what that's like. That's why I talk to people the way I talk to people because I don't care who you are, bro. I do what I want to do. Ain't nobody gonna test me. People can pretend. Ain't nobody gonna try me, bro. People know what I am, bro. People know who I am, bro, a little bit. They know enough to give me my space, bro. They know enough that if I get upset, they gonna probably flee and run from me. It's happened millions of times, bro. That's what y'all don't get in the past, bro. I've hung out with homeboys where we were like cool, or we went out drinking and we were supposed to be tight. They said the wrong thing to me and I flipped. I go 0 to 100, bro. I don't care who you are, man. I told you people don't play me close, man. It's not smart and it's not wise, bro. Cause I ain't never lost. I don't lose a bout, bro. You feel me? So I'm just saying, like Groovy Jimmy, you're not built like that, bro. You're not that yet, man. Like if you want to be gangster, bro, first of all, work out. Do some calisthenics, man. You want to like these are all things you can pay me to learn, bro. You want to do some real training? I do digital. I offer digital fitness training. I can help you get in shape and really get strong. So I mean, you got kind of like that 50 Cent look. He looks a little bit like 50 Cent in the face. You want to make music? You talking to the right guy. Cashless Bane. I'm the CEO of my own record label. We already worldwide. What? See, these people act like they aloof to reality, but you're gonna go on a panel of a 300-pound tuna who was washing somebody's dirty laundry in prison. See what I'm saying? You're not gangster, bro, because gangster wouldn't do that. You don't see me on his panel unless it's to tell him off. You feel me? Listen, homie, I'm just telling you the truth, man. That's why, it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, I understand real when I see it, like it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's like with Steez, I just have a lot of love for Steez. You know what I mean? Like, I always said the truth. I always pointed out the truth. That's all. You know what I mean? I don't think Steez was. I try to give him his gangster credit, because I think that's part of what he wanted to be. So I mean, you know, in my eyes, I'd like to believe he was that, but we all kind of know that he wasn't. You know, and he didn't have to be. He was Steve's man. This is. It's just sad that he was a great guy. He had a lot of potential. He had a lot to. to accomplish, and that's what saddens me. I'm literally about to cry right now, no joke. Like it saddens me, man, because people have so much potential, and if these people would go away on the internet and we could just get y'all to go somewhere else and get the hell out of here, we could help these people. I could have helped Steve's, man. I did nothing but offer him. I offered him free money. I offered him record deals. And instead, he would always choose to go online and paint me in some disparaging light that wasn't real because of, like I said, what is this hate stuff doing to our communities, our neighborhoods, our lives, our people. We're taking losses, losing people because y'all can't get the hate out your heart. And that's what I'm here to do and symbolizes. I definitely am not going to have people come in and type that stuff on my show because that's counterintuitive and contradictory to my message and what I'm trying to teach here. That's all. You know what I mean? It's supposed to bother me. It bothers me because I don't take that energy in. I'm all love, man. If you mad at me, I want to know why you mad at me. If I'm not your favorite, I want to know why. You understand? So it's like those people, they're confused fans. Let them sort out their demons and do what they need to do in their own time. They'll all come to a place at some point where they feel like that they know that they got to apologize to me. I already forgave all y'all. I don't need your apology because I know it won't be genuine. I don't really care what you do. I forgave everybody. I move forward. But I'm saying people like that Groovy Jimmy dude, I could help you, dude, and you really should take that opportunity and listen. You know what I mean? Because like you got time right now, you're in a good position to do it. Obviously, you should take the time to listen to me. You should be paying me for my services, people like that, so you can learn, listen, and learn, and build yourself up to what you want to be. Because just making up these Ponzi schemes and saying I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna go to New Orleans and check in and all that nonsense, you're not gonna get nowhere. I can predict the future with a dude like you because I've just seen it a million times and I'm literally a prophet. So you might want to heed my words and my warnings. I'm just telling you the truth. Looking at a YN like you, a young dude like you, a young boy with the direction you going, when you talk about going to New Orleans ain't no safe place, homie. A dude like you who don't know how to move and you run your mouth too much, you don't want to be in New Orleans. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm trying to help you. I can go to New Orleans. I go to New Orleans. I walked in the street. I got hood dudes saying, "Bro, I know who you are," and they don't know me at all. They're just speaking spiritually. That's what happened on camera. Remember, with my aura, you had some of those dudes was working in the restaurant. They was trying to eyeball me and look at me weird. I'm like, "What's up? Like, who you looking at?" Straight up, the boy was right there. He was trying to move the dishes or something like through a thing, and he trying to look at me like, "What's up?" Like, yeah, you work, bro. You work a job. Don't be eyeballing me. What? I'm not the one at all. Trust me. Feel me? That's what I love, man. I love when fake people don't get who they looking at, bro. Do y'all do that to Mike Tyson? I'm worse than Tyson, bro. I'm a lot stronger and I'm a lot worse, bro. I'm a lot meaner, bro. That's what people don't get. See, the whole thing is people want to get on these apps. They want to act like they want to get me started. Don't nobody want to get me started. Trust me, you all don't know who I am. You don't know what I'm capable of. I know what I'm capable of. And it's a lot. That's why I don't put myself in situations to get into it with people. I do what 50 Cent does and I play the background and act like I'm soft because that's what the real gangsta does. I'm not saying he's one, he's a snitch and a federal informant, but I am one. And that's the way you have to move. You got to get smart. Groovy Jimmy, you haven't done anything close to what I've done. I've had bank accounts with over $300,000 in it, bro. You better get real with yourself, man. I used to make and spend over 10 bands every month. They've seen me with 20K all the time, over 7K in the bank consistently. Like what, bro? I stay making bread, bro. I made millions every year consecutively, bro. You listen to me, you're gonna see what I own. That's just right now, and then God's about to bless me and give me everything I earned. See, every dime of this money that I'm about to get belongs to me, always belonged to me, and I earned it. And that's what I told you I was gonna do. So I did everything right, and no, I was never really struggling. When it's for a short time, bro, it's worth it. You know what God told me? God said, "You about to have more money than you've ever had. It's not even going to be close." He said, "You're going to be so rich, you're going to forget you ever struggled." Today it told me, it says, "Stop worrying and pray." Because like I give it to you. People set me off today. Like I was pretty upset. And like that's what I'm saying. I come to God. That's why God always tells me, keep your eyes on me. Keep your faith in me. This is not just talking. People like that Groovy Jimmy dude need to listen. You know what I mean? You need to come to God, man. All y'all, you need to build a real relationship with God, not say his name in vain. That's just going to get you instant karma. I'm talking about you need to really build a relationship with God like I have, man, because God, he really does love me. That's all I know. Like I'm telling you, bro. People don't understand what I've been through, man. You know, the reason why I'm so confident, because I've been like a zombie before. I'm talking about physically. I'm talking about thing with the Crown Vic when they were putting holes in my tires intentionally. Bro, I mean, I'm not gonna keep talking about it on here because they have rules on the network, but what I survived was impossible, like always. And I walked away from that thing, bro. Y'all have no idea, bro. I mean, I was, bro, I was covered in black dust. My eyes were red, pure red. I mean, I looked like a zombie. And I walked into a gas station. People was freaking out, and I was just like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" Like I messed up, bro. Y'all don't get it. Like the things I've been through in the hood messed me up for real. So like, looked at myself in the mirror. I didn't even understand that I looked like that, right? And I looked in the mirror when I had the chance. I was like, "Oh, no wonder they tripping." Like, cause I had just basically I was walking around as a zombie. So I know that I'm basically immortal, at least to an extent, because I've survived these things that were impossible to survive. And I laugh about it. Like I'm crazy. Like I was in the hospital bed taking pictures and laughing, still happy. I'm always happy, man. That's the thing people don't get about it. It doesn't matter what I'm going through, right? Oh, and President Todd Morris was part of I wouldn't say the reason, but he played a part in that because he was bothering me while that happened. So he can go to prison for that too, and he's going to have to come to court. But I think he already got his karma. But yeah, he ain't getting out of this. So y'all can keep on bringing up these names because all those people going to prison. So get ready. You feel me? I don't forget nothing, bro. I don't let nothing go. I told you this. You should have listened. So, like I said, people like Groovy Jimmy, I'm here to help, man. You know what I mean? Like genuinely, bro. Like I said, a young boy. I'll organize one and I'll make sure I get in touch with you and we can do it, and then we can have the conversation, a real one, and I can just give you some tips and advice because that's what I'd like to do. I'm not worried about talking this fake stuff on YouTube, brother. YouTube is not the streets, man. I'm the streets. Like literally, there's nothing more street than me. So I'm just saying, if you're trying to act like you want to be a street dude, well then why not interview and talk to the guy who really is that? Because I'm not posing for YouTube, bro. That's why these people always do their antics because they're trying to take away from my image because they know I'm the real deal. That's all it is. So they're just petty. So they start getting in an uproar, triggered and pressed because they like, well, we don't want him to look at us who he is because he looks good, and we don't want to we don't want him to get no shine. It's the same thing with Tommy Sotomayor, that cult leader. He was jealous, didn't want me to get no shine. Said, oh, that white boy move around the internet freely, right? So you tried to stop me from moving around the internet freely, and now look, sir, you got your karma because God is real, and now you're banned from the internet completely, basically. Get what you deserve, like all of you. All right. Let me know, Groovy Jimmy. I'll talk to y'all later. Easy. Oh, and Tone Space ran. Yep, he's a coward. He ran, and he's always run. He's run from everybody. So quit lying. That's all. Just quit lying and just face the truth. The Geico caveman, he runs. That's it, boy. I ain't got nothing to say to you. Like I said, enjoy your misery. Enjoy going back and forth to court and just constantly like worrying. Like me, I'm good, bro. I'm Gucci, man. Laughing, easy. Oh, and we got new checks coming too. I'm making all this bread and we getting all this money, bro, because I monopolized this already, boy. Easy. You want to succeed? You better talk to me.